Welcome back to Master of Command. This is Prophet of the Constitution, and today we begin our Kingdom of Prussia campaign. Kingdom of Prussia gets the Junker aristocracy doctrine. Officer veterancy gain is doubled. Recruitable officers -3. Cantonist Levies gets the Canton system doctrine. Enlist plus 350 reservists the first time you enter any settlement. Not too bad. Definitely want to hit up as many settlements as possible. Military treatise Friedrich II. Good. That's a good starting treatise. More reload, move speed is always good. Drill Master, good. That's excellent to have at the beginning. Veterancy gain 25%. Not as good later in the game. Great for starting. Good quality pocket Bibles, excellent. -10%. Morale damage and fire damage received is always a good thing. Field musicians, tobacco rations, and cylindrical ramrods. Beginning commander is Moritz von Anhalt-Dessau. Excellent commander to begin the game with. I like to make him an artillery commander often because of orderly, which gives 10% stamina, and timely, which gives that 10% reload speed. That does wonders for artillery, keeping them in the fight and also allowing them to fire very quickly. However, he does seem to have a higher chance of getting a certain other trait. If he does get that trait, we're going to make him an infantry commander. We'll see if that shows up. I'll mention it more later. Prussian musketeers, Prussian dragoons, and 2 Cantonist recruits. Those are our starting units. We are going to do Ironman. Custom difficulty. Broken ranks, absent quartermasters, reckless officers. Alright. And normally I do scouting parties and conscript army as my kind of default. We're going to change that out a little bit. We're going to do multi-front conflict. Unit and officer cost plus 35%. I feel like it fits Prussia very well. Frederick was constantly having to run back and forth between one enemy and another enemy and another enemy and another enemy. Caused a lot of problems for him. And then we are going to go ahead and increase the difficulty yet further, because this time we are going to be playing with disciplined enemies. Enemy combat effectiveness and morale goes up by 10%. This is probably the most difficult modifier in the game, in my opinion. It really depends. Some people just have a hard time with their supplies and resources, so like logistical collapse and corrupt commissars are more difficult for them. We did logistical collapse with the Russian army because I feel like it fit really well, and it was fairly difficult to manage resources. We managed it, but it was difficult at times. However, 2 of the most difficult ones also are disciplined enemies and inaccurate reports. Inaccurate reports means you're basically always outnumbered constantly. Each brigade gets double the amount of one type of regiment, so basically they'll get 6 regiments to a brigade instead of 5. And disciplined enemies, this combat effectiveness and morale gain means they get 10% bonus to reload, accuracy, charge, melee, and morale. So we're going to do it that way. It's going to be a little tougher this time, I think. It's going to be tougher to get units and officers, and the enemy is just going to be better at what they do. So that's going to be that. I'm going to continue. All right, excellent. And I'm going to try to start with a Prussian-specific doctrine here. I don't like to re-roll a lot, but we'll see if we can get a Prussian one. Many doctrines were changed in the update that happened today, which, speaking of which, this video is coming out a little bit later. Normally, I go to work, I record video in the evening, video comes out the next day while I'm at work, and I repeat that process. When I start a brand new campaign, sometimes that doesn't work out that way. I do it same day. That was the plan for today. Got off work, had to run around everywhere, do a bunch of stuff. Got home, realized, hey, massive new update for Master of Command. I'm going to wait till I get that, till it come out, and I download it. Excellent, I did. Changed a bunch of traits and things. I'll go over the changes as we go through the game. There's too many to really sit here and blab on about it forever. That'd be no fun. So, let's go ahead and re-roll this. I really want a Prussian doctrine. 2 of these are offering pillager doctrine, which I like, but they're not specific to Prussia. Shooting scoots, good. Front line's good. Oblique order is a Prussian doctrine. That's not bad. Flanking fire damage, 20%. We'll go ahead and see if I can find one of the other ones real quick as well. Alright. Many doctrines. Melee discipline is a new doctrine. Melee skill plus 5%. Well-kept arms is a new doctrine. 5% range, 5% accuracy. And human wave attacks is a new doctrine. 10% charge damage bonus and -10% replenishment speed, which for the absent quartermasters that we use a lot, regiment replenishment rate, it would be down to 40%. Alright, let's see. Prussian specific, come on. Okay, there's one. We might do that. So this is the Golden Cavalry of St. George. Earn $5 daily and increase morale by 5%. I don't know if we'll be able to find the other one. I think it's Goose Step. We could try it. We could try and see if we find it. Steady ranks. That's a new one too. Morale damage received minus 10%. That's excellent. Let's see. Alright. I don't think we're going to find it. I don't want to waste too much time here. I've already wasted enough time as it is. So we're going to go ahead and reinforce Hanover. We're going to get the Bayreuth Dragoons and the Golden Cavalry of St. George. So let's go ahead and start this out. Excellent. Act 1, Hanover. Very interesting. Alright, fantastic. I'm going to take these off of the musketeers and give them to the recruits, so they will be more effective in battle. I'm going to give them the drill master, the reload, and the Bibles, because I'm going to put them at the front. These Cantonist recruits get the cylindrical ramrods, the tobacco, and of course the field musicians. Excellent. Alright. War is upon us. General, your army stands at the frontier. Though modest in size, your forces are disciplined and in good order. A nearby depot lies ahead, lightly defended, and will serve as a starting point to begin your campaign, though you'll need to press onward soon after. The land is open and the roads clear, ideal for seeking out skirmishes and encounters. Engage patrols boldly, even those larger than your own. Their troops are of a lower quality, and their spoils and equipment will serve your army well. We await your progress. Alright, excellent. Here we go. Get the supplies. We will get more reservists as we go into settlements. Don't need that. We're going to go ahead and get provisions. Just sure we don't run out of that. Let's see what we got here. Enemy army, provincial cav, and land milits and recruits. So I'm going to go over this real quick. You'll see here aggressive army. The update today, and one of the reasons I wanted to wait to start the campaign for it, is because now enemy armies will have like a personality bias, basically. So aggressive army here says the personality of this army is aggressive. They have a bias toward offense, and will attempt to close the gap quickly with your forces. They are unlikely to defend unless they have a significant artillery advantage. Right now there's 3. Aggressive, balanced, and defensive. The excellent thing about these is, well, first of all, he plans to update them in the future, potentially even naming them after certain commanders, Folard, Friedrich, different doctrines, stuff like that. But for now, there's just 3. He wants to see how they do, how effective that is in battle. And I like how it's displayed here so I can actually see and consider what they plan to do. They're aggressive, so they're going to come at us. So we're going to take up positions here in the woods and the city like we usually do. It's going to be excellent. Let's go ahead and... yeah, you're going to be in the woods. Awesome. And I want you in the buildings. That's a good spot. I like that spot. Alright, let's begin. I'm going to keep the musketeers back here in reserve in the event that we need to reinforce them against the cavalry or what have you. Definitely keep the commander close, speed it up a little bit. They're going to come to us, which is good news. I'm super pleased. I've been excited to hear that this was coming for the personalities for enemy armies. I love that they'll behave a little bit differently. It adds a little bit more to your strategy and your planning to decide how you're going to deal with an enemy force. And definitely threatens to throw the plans of the player into disarray more frequently, which I think is an excellent thing. Keep you on your toes. So we'll see how it goes. Should be pretty good. Should be pretty good indeed. Alright. I apologize in advance if this battle is a long slog and takes forever to get through. Unfortunately, sometimes, especially the first battle, but the first few battles are like that because everyone has garbage accuracy. Let's see the difference so here. So land millets have 25 accuracy, 39-second reload. Definitely more than they normally would have. That 10% combat effectiveness will do wonders for them. Most definitely. I don't know how aggressive is per se, and I think it may affect their cavalry charges. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure that the musketeers and the dragoons are ready in the event of a cavalry charge. Excellent. Not doing too bad. Not doing too bad at all. Oh. Okay. So aggressive apparently means these infantry recruits, 23 and 23. Wow, that's pretty good. Are going to be attacking my Cantonist recruits. That is very interesting. Okay, they're going to be hitting my cavalry. That's not ideal. This is different for a first battle, man. That's something else, I tell you what. Not too excited about my dragoons getting hit by their cavalry. But it'll work. We'll be alright. Musketeers joining in on the fighting. Pull back the dragoons. We're going to pull back the musketeers. And we're going to pull back, although I don't want them running. And we're going to pull the general back as well. Alright, Cantonist recruits, though, I would like for them to move up, potentially, and deal with those guys. Ah. Once again, they're charging. That's interesting. Makes sense, too, with their advantages for the combat effectiveness. That's going to be especially devastating, possibly. Interesting. Not sure why their charge kind of faltered out there, but it did. Alright, interesting. We're now point blank, though, as are they. That's interesting. Let's see what happens if we charge them. That'd be pretty funny. We do have our general here also, so morale's boosted and they're flanked. Their cavalry is returning to the field. Apparently, cavalry will not just charge forward towards you and suicide themselves as they return to the field anymore either. They'll be a little more measured about what they do. So that's pretty good. Here they come. They're coming back. Giving them some fire. We are braced 100%. So no matter what they do, it's probably not going to end well for them here. Excellent. Alright, we're going to go ahead and spread the troops out a little more. Prepare for the land millets to return. This has been a more interesting first battle than usual. See how this goes. The boost for it being elevated is a lot higher now. I believe it's a 15% accuracy boost instead of just 10% now. Okay, so that would be at 100%. So they're currently at 79%. So the boost to accuracy is 12%. Awesome. Alright, we're going to charge them again. Excellent. Charging them in the flank. Both units helping out together. Get the general up here. Alright, we're going to win that. Just waiting their morale to drop to nothing. Excellent. Alright, that was very interesting for a first battle, actually. That's awesome. I like that, actually. I'm a big fan of that. Okay. 241 gold. Excellent. We lost 366. I think we'll be alright. Gonna do ransom. Need dollars and ammo. Excellent. I like to see the promotions. Make sure the cavalry get recruits first, considering how they're out. We definitely need to hold on to these if possible. Getting some free units, well, not free, but free for that, would definitely be of a boon to us compared to their massive cost. Alright, give you... Now hold on just a minute. Yeah, we'll give you the ramrods, tompions, and ammo consumption, I think. We'll give you this. There we go. That works out pretty good. Alright, let's see. We need 4 outposts. There's one here, one in the north, and then a bunch over here on this side. What kind of bounty? Reservists available. Supplies, provisions, and reservists. So we could stack up on reservists in Act 1, potentially. Officers, cavalry recruitable, and trade hub to sell things. Oh, man. I think I want to hit the trade hub last. I think I'm going to come around here real quick, go back up, come back around, and then head east again. I know that's like a bit of a backtrack, but we could really use the extra money from the trade hub early on. Artillery recruitable, officers enlistable. Let's go check it out. Officers are more expensive, so I don't know how much that'll benefit us this time, but we can try. Alright, prudent, orderly, that's not bad at all. Fierce, steadfast. Oh, there's new faces too and customizations like pipes, scars, things like that. That's awesome. Alright, I'm going to go with Walter von Prittwitz. Only 48 cost. That's a really cheap, easy way for us to get an officer. Buying cheap nobody officers that have no traits is actually better for us anyway, because we're Prussian, Junker aristocracy. Their veterancy gain goes way up, doubled, so we're good in that department. Let's take a look at the recruits. How much are the recruits? Ooh, ouch, 472 for Cantonist recruits. Yikes. Let's do it. Pick up some recruits. All right. Let's go ahead and get the recruits in on the action. For now, I'm going to move the cavalry up there. Most definitely. Mostly just so I can get the recruits in on it. So, see how that goes. Powder house, let's see. Alright. Nothing too crazy. Let's get this outpost right quick, because I don't think we're going to get to come back and get it later, and we need it for the objective, so. Defense is needed. Okay. Tollers and civilian items. Okay, great. We just had something here. It's a chevaux de frise. That was most of our money. That's why I didn't buy it, but we'll get it so we can do this. Except it was $70, wasn't it? That'd be pretty funny. Oh, that's giving us... Okay, that works. That works. We got most of our cost back and we gained items. Okay. So let's head on down this road. See what we got here. We have till day 160. We really need to utilize that to the best of our ability. Oh, excellent. Excellent. Chance of desertion and amp. Nah, we'll just pay. Ah, excellent. They betrayed us. Ah, yes. This sounds like the very kind of thing that would happen to the Prussians too. Yes, they betrayed us. Okay, musketeers, 3 recruits, and artillery. Well, we're going to do something here. We're going to replace the musketeers with cavalry to deal with the artillery. And we will trust our new recruits to handle the situation with the line infantry. So let's see how we do. I didn't check which kind of personality this army had. We'll check when we get in. Alright, they are aggressive once again. Excellent. Alright, we can work with that some. That's a good spot. That's a pretty good spot. Let's see. Yeah, that's the best spot for you. That's the best spot for you, and we'll keep you in the center somewhere. General will be in the center so he can respond. And we'll put the cav on the flank. As per the usual. Removing bayonets. Let's get you moved up. Let's move you up. And let's move you up. General, stay in the center. See how this goes. They're going to be aggressive, huh? We can work with that. We can work with that. See, because Prussians can be pretty aggressive also. Artillery is firing at us. Not too exciting. Oof, point blank attack there. Alright, very interesting. I don't like those musketeers coming up on my flank. I'm gonna have to reposition. We are getting flanked there, but it's okay, because we are now soon to flank them. Cavalry moving up. The recruits are focusing on the cavalry. It's not bad at all. Excellent, taking out the recruits. Alright. We can probably beat those recruits with the dragoons. Alright, we're going to pull back these infantry. They're getting targeted pretty badly. Let those recruits run them down as much as possible there. Cavalry are doing a great job on the recruits. We got these recruits in excellent cover against the Saxon musketeers. This is a pretty fluid battle compared to what we're used to. Now this artillery, hopefully they don't have, they do have canister shot. Yeah, let's get moved back here on the double, guys. Let's go ahead and move back. Shall we? Let us move back. I gotta deal with that artillery. I think we can deal with the infantry just fine, but I need to deal with the artillery. Oof, they hit our dragoons hard. It's not great, but alright. How many kills these recruits have? 325? Okay, good. Alright. Y'all holding up pretty good? Not great. It's alright. We'll send somebody to help you here in a moment. 18 and 15 for melee stats, 16 and 17. Alright. We'll have the dragoons come help over here then. See how we can help. Not too bad over here. So this is how we can help the most. To counteract their charge. Let's get the general over here on the double just in case. Just in case their morale begins to fail them. We are attacking them in the rear with dragoons, but those Cantonist recruits are fragile, and they know of their own mortality, which is a huge issue. We don't want them to be aware of their mortality, and they're in retreat. Alright. Musketeers are holding out well. Oof. Wow, that's pretty rough. Come on, let's get them back in the fight. You guys doing okay? You're doing okay. Alright. Come on now, let's get them back in the fight. Let's go. Alright, so they are coming at us again over here. We're going to set up on this hill. Since they're already coming after us, we may as well set up for them. Greet them the only way we know how. With powder and shot. Doing excellent over here. Running down the musketeers with the dragoons. That's great. How's the morale doing? The morale's okay. Not amazing, but it's okay. Excellent. Accuracy of 39. We get the full elevation bonus. That's fantastic. They may decide to charge up that hill against us, actually. General, let's get over there on the double. Stop them as best we can. Alright, they did advance. Let's give them a good volley, boys. Oh, yes. I liked that volley. That was a fun volley. Yes, keep mowing them down. We're going to give them a bayonet charge down the hill. We're doing it. Excellent. That was awesome. Gave them cold steel. That's rough. Those Saxons just had a really bad day. I really enjoy these personalities for AI armies. I really like that. I was hoping for some variation in the AI, and Armchair Historian, my friend, you have not disappointed. Not disappointed. Those Saxon recruits are holding out very, very well. Better than I would have expected, honestly. Alright, gonna give it our all. We're charging. Let's do it. Excellent. Great victory. Took a few more casualties maybe than we do sometimes, but we dealt with a much more active enemy. We are trying to get experience for our men. Awesome. Got an artillery piece, so we can spec one of our recruits into artillery without having absolute crap for guns. I mean, these aren't great, but they're not garbage. Santa Cruz. Buckshot, which I believe we will be putting on cavalry now because there was a bug that prevented the cavalry, AI cavalry, from using special ammo. And now that we use things like buckshot and be devastating to your own cavalry. So, alright, let's see. 334, we lost 935. Yeah, we got to do reservists. Excellent. That's awesome to see so many promotions. Very pleased with that. Let's see. 3, 1, 3, and 4. Let's see what we got. Probably going to go with musketeers. I want our main line set up. And actually, to get to the grenadiers, you got to do musketeers too. 45 reload on those lifeguards. Man, 40 for the grenadiers. These Prussians, man. That'd be really funny to try the carbine method with. Get some excellent Potsdam carbines, throw it on lifeguards with 45 reload, give them a bunch of reload items. Wow. Alright. And this recruit is at 3 already. How many is it for another brigade? 300? Okay. I think that's the play. Making them artillery. Giving them the gun. Let's see, what else was artillery that we can give them? 6 stamina. 10 stamina. I believe we'll give them the stamina in the ammo box. Alright. That works out very nicely. Let's see what we get for a commander trait. Alright, so prudent is combat effectiveness. That's always good. And range. Combat effectiveness, I believe. It's the best way. And that way you could still be either or type of commander, because that works with both. Let's get a new brigade. So we can have all of our units in here. Excellent. Alright, let's see what we're going to do with you. We're going to do musketeers. Yep. Definitely going to be musketeers. Give you cylindrical ramrods as well. Okay, can't give you that yet. That's not too big of a deal, I suppose. Alright, so let's move on. Let's see what we got. More slums. Hopefully we will not be betrayed again. The feud. Volunteers. Can't do the weapons, don't have enough money, so we'll do the volunteers. That'll be right. Be good to set us up for reservists anyway in this first act. Town square. Nothing we can get here, really. Get some more provisions. Let's do that. Slums. Excellent. Drummer boys. Doing bagpipes. Yes, sir. Getting the good old bagpipes. Fort. We do have artillery now. We don't have much food or money. Suppose we can check it out. Let's see. Storm-worn fort. Take advantage. Lay siege. Lengthy bombardment. And they surrendered. Wow. That's awesome. We really needed that. That's helpful. Ooh. 3 Celle muskets. That's... wow. Ammunition consumption in battle. Artillery move speed and reload speed. Wow, I like that. And combat effectiveness. We're doing baggage trains right now. This is best early on. Save us ammo throughout the course of the game. Alright, we're going to change everything out to the Cells then, since we got them. I like that a lot. Very, very pleased to have that happen. Very, very pleased. It's infantry only. Alright. Alright, got some good items already so far. We can buy ammo there. We're going to skip that for a moment because we don't have any money to buy ammo, which is quite unfortunate. I want money to buy things with. Rotten discipline. Send him a drill master for a line infantry regiment. I think I will. We need more troops. Excellent. Freikorps Musketeers. Alright, so a lot of people don't like the Freikorps. I really like the Freikorps. 40 reload to start with. Grenadiers 45. Veteran Musketeers 45. Yes. Jaegers 50 reload speed. These guys are glass cannons. Okay. They only have 1,000, for example, in the Grenadier unit here. And they can take a lot of punishment as well, and that can cause them to lose heart. But their stats are off the chart. The other reason people don't like Freikorps is because their campaign is harder to keep things going, especially with the resources. So that's awesome. Glad to see that. They start with Potsdams too. That's wonderful. Wonderful news. Alright, gonna do that. Gonna replace that. Freikorps. We'll set them up here. Yeah, we'll give them the axe as well. Bibles. Excellent. Ramrods. Alright. That's looking good. I don't really want to go there yet either because we want to get the reservists and the food. That's the problem. We have no money. That is not great. Okay. Reservists available yet again. Alright. Let's kill this army. Come back here. We need food and we need money and we need it right away. Jaegers, artillery, recruits, musketeers, and recruits. Alright, let's do it. In this particular instance, we are not going to try to slaughter as many of them as we can for experience. Instead, we are going to try to defeat them quickly and get as many resources and things as we can from the battle. This is a defensive army. Or balanced, I apologize. They do not have a bias towards defense or offense. They will adopt a dynamic stance based on the situation of the battlefield. Okay. We do have a hill right here. They have woods right there too, though. Okay, if I set them up on this hill, can they reach them yet? Not yet. Alright. Set up the cavalry on the flank. General behind, that's good. Send the cav around. All right. Now, the thing is, they don't have cavalry, which is excellent. Spreading out the troops. Ooh, that was pretty rough. Taking some early hits will be alright. Let some of the early dust settle. We're going to kill their guns quickly. Didn't unlimber mine. That's unfortunate. We're going to unlimber it. I don't want them shooting at the light infantry. Alright. Alright, their artillery is gone. We're going to get aggressive here. Excellent. Gonna crush that right flank there. Alright, we're gonna get aggressive and we're gonna hit both of these units here in melee. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Frankly, that is just magnificent. Alright, carry on. Carry on with the melee. Finish him off. Excellent. Alright, some of our musketeers took some heavy damage there. That was actually the Jaegers that did the most damage to them, I believe. Jaegers tore them up. Alright. Yes, 199 and 249 for the musketeers as well. Alright. We need tollers and ammo. I know we need also food as well, but we're going to go buy food up north. And that should help. Alright, let's check the veterancy. 1, 2, 1. Okay. What you got? What's a trait? Let's see. Bonuses from elevation. And cover effectiveness. That's pretty good, actually. And range and move speed. Alright, well right now he's looking more like an artillery commander. Defensive would make him an excellent infantry commander, though. But we'll go ahead and do that. Get observant. Alright. Cavalry. That's very helpful. Very, very helpful. Alright. How much food? 6 a day? Oof. Oof, oof, oof. Alright, bought that when we can. Some more reservists available. Oh my goodness, we need food. We are going to have to forage. Only 2 a day now. That's good. Enemy army to face. They started to turn towards us and decided they didn't want to anymore. Alright, let's finish them off and get as many resources as we can. The Austrians understand war the best, the French are the weakest, and the Russians the most savage. Frederick the Great, King in Prussia. Alright. They are aggressive. Excellent. Excellent. This means we can manipulate them into a foolish attack. Right, cavalry on the flank. Infanterie here. General there, that's good. Alright. The artillery will set up here. Prussian musketeers. Excellent spot for the Prussian musketeers. Let's do the recruits in here. Alright, looks excellent. See how this goes. Alright. Awesome. Get in line. Alright, we are opening fire on these guys. And it is brilliant. As you can see, the Freikorps has pretty bad morale to start with, partly because they were mercenaries. So, they weren't quite used to all of this yet. Alright, we're going to attack them. They have no bracing. It's going to go quickly. It's going to be disastrous for them. See, these recruits, what's their melee stat? Alright. Aha! Okay, they are charging. It's not great. Everyone target them. Intercept them. Help the Freikorps out. General, do your thing. Let's offer them melee combat. They wanted it, they're gonna get it. Excellent. What's the matter? Didn't have the heart for it? How unfortunate. Carry on, boys. Carry on. Crush them. Give them Prussian steel. Alright. Yes, the potato. Potato. Awesome. We needed that too. We're going to get money again so we can get more food. Not bad in the experience front. Not bad at all. Alright, new ability for you. Move speed, officer death chance. Yeah, doing move speed, that's good. Okay. Time to get more food here. Desperately. Excellent. Reservists available and reduced costs. We're going to do that also. And now we're almost out of money again, but we have plenty of reservists. That is not going to be a problem for us. Nope. Gunsmith? Alright. Powder house. Nope. Noble estate. Not too much. Okay. Alright, so we have the food. We drained that place. We need reservists from here. There's at least 2 encounters this way. We need outposts and battlefields. We'll be back for that in the ammo. Most definitely. Munitions convoy. Specialized ammo, cannons, or weapons. Cannons. Longberg. Powder house. Okay. Nothing really important. Get the convoy. Prisoner wagons. Recruit infantry regiment. Reservists. Dollars. Let me make sure they're going to take the right gun, though. I do not want them taking one of my very effective weapons. But we could use men with arms. Cantonist recruits. I like that. I like that a lot. Give them an effective weapon instead of a garbage weapon. That doesn't really mean much to them. Alright, that's fine. Let's head on up here to the north. Let's see what we can get. I'm hoping we'll fight another army very, very soon. Fresh battleground. Tend to the wounded or weapons. We'll get weapons. Alright. They have reservists for cheap. We don't have money to get reservists for cheap. Alright, that's somewhat disappointing. Cheap officers too. Wow, man. Not having money for things is not fun. We may just end up having to sell stuff, but it will hurt us in the short term. So let's go to the slums, see what we got. Do what we can and all. Roving mercenaries. Tollers. Yikes. Okay. Got the fort here. Nice to know the encampment battle is right there. Line infantry for 1,500. Low 4 officer for 1160. Or lay siege. Really want to lay siege. Bombardment. And they hold. That's not great. Bombardment. And they hold. Let's try it again. Oh my goodness. That's not great. Sappers. Unlikely. Sappers. We breached the wall. We lost some men, but we breached it. 160 ammo, attrition, and likely. Yeah, lengthy bombardment. We'll do that. Awesome. It cost us most of our ammo, some of our reservists, but we captured it. Doctrine here is the most important thing. Campaign visibility, we're going to do that. That'll help out immensely. Ah, yes, good. There's an army here and an army here. We need to crush them and get some money. All right. Battle of Bukaburg. All right. Musketeers and 3 recruits and Saxon Battalion of Artillery. All right, guys, and they're balanced. I'm going to call it here. This has been the first episode for our new Prussian campaign. So far, we're doing all right. We just don't have money for basically anything that we need. Ammo's running dry. We have plenty of reservists. Not too bad of a start. We're kind of going back and forth. Next time, we're going to kill these 2 armies. We're going to try to get money from that. We're going to try to get some of the things we still need in this region. And then we're going to go ahead and move on to the objectives. Get what's left on the map. Sell a bunch of items at the city in the west. Take out encampment armies, and deal with Act 1 headquarters. Probably not all in one episode, but that's the plan. Thank you for joining me. God bless.